So welcome to the Master Plan Implementation Committee meeting today, July 21st, 6 o'clock. The Town Administrator, Andrew Sukforth, running the meeting today. First step is Pledge of Allegiance.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
So much for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
How the chair go?
I pledge
Allegiance
allegiance
to my flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So the first item on the agenda is review and possible vote to approve meeting minutes for March 18th, 2025. Did anyone have any edits to the minutes?
Well, if I may, Andrew.
Yep.
We've already approved them at the May 20th meeting. I didn't get the May 20th
okay.
minutes until this morning, and then it dawned on me.
Yes.
We've
Okay.
already approved them. So I'll
Okay.
put them, I gave all the members a copy of the May 20th, and we'll approve them at our next meeting.
Sounds good. Third one is to meet with the planning board to discuss priorities on the master plan implementation chart, last updated December 17th, 2024.
Can I call my meeting?
Yeah.
I'll call the meeting of the Lakeville Planning Board to order. It is July 21st, 2025, and it is 6:06 p.m. We're meeting at the Lakeville Police Station at 323 Bedford Street. We do have a quorum with Mr. Cabral, Mr. Lodge, Jack, myself. The only person missing is Dan this evening, and we have LakeCAM recording. Anyone else recording? Hearing none for the record. We're here to meet with the Master Plan Implementation Committee and go over the goals.
Okay.
So thank you for having us. Thank you for inviting us. I think this is a good exercise. It's hard to make so many people's schedules mesh, but
Yeah.
I'm glad we got, this number of
And
people
finding the
together.
room to have the meeting in.
Right.
The hardest part.
And Andrew, if I may, on the
Yep.
chart, on the left-hand column, we've tried to mark what has been done. But on the very first one, Rhino Development, I know that's still pending. I'm not sure about A-frame on Route 18. I had heard it was sold and something was gonna go there.
Yes.
I
So
don't
the-
know if
yep.
it is.
We've been
They've
getting
gone through site plan
stuff
review.
for us.
Okay.
And, they did pass finally,
Multi-buildings for contractors
yeah,
or something.
contract,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the
So-
nurseries on Route 44, I know is under construction.
Correct.
So-
As well as, so we had that zoning change for industrial, but we haven't seen that come yet.
Okay.
Over there, but that's another. And also, the one right across from, I think it's, because we did 5 Harding and 10 Harding on Route 44, kind of back to back. I think it was 10 first and then 5, or was it, no, 5 first and then 10?
Yeah.
So the parcel that is adjacent to, the pet store,
That's
there's
for the
nothing there.
foundation?
Exactly.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep, so that's gonna be potentially developed. They have a site plan that's approved.
The car dealership had wanted to go in there years ago, but it never moved forward, so that's good to know.
Yep, so that's gonna be some retail spaces. They're thinking, I think it was a gym or
One restaurant possibly.
something.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. Absolutely.
And then the third one down, I put done and funded with hire a town planner, but now,
Right.
so,
So that for planning board, I think is our main focus right now because we have so much coming into town. We've requested a joint meeting with the select board. Hopefully that'll work on August 5th, just to discuss, because I know there was mention of looking towards a part-time planner as opposed to a full-time planner. And the planning board had previously discussed, and we seem to agree that the needs are there for a full-time planner and that a part-time just really would just keep us at status quo at this point. So in order to get these goals moving, I think we really do need to have that full-time planner we loved the last planner that was with us for only 2 months. She was so great for the short time we had her, but unfortunately, we couldn't keep her. But that is definitely a focus for this board.
Just one update on my end. I did apply for a Mass Development, Rural Development Fund, Economic Development Strategy. So that kind of fits into the second one about an economic development, I guess, goal or strategy. So we'll hear back in October on that.
So what did you apply for?
It's like Mass Development Fund's 12 grant programs. One of them's the Rural Development Fund. That is what funded the planning board rules and regs revision.
Yeah.
So I applied again this year for an economic development strategy. So they'll study the corridors if we're lucky enough to get it, and then propose any solutions.
I mean, that just looking at, one by one, the businesses closing now. We know Eastern Bank is going to be on the chopping block. We just lost Walgreens. So I think it's definitely something to look at. Not just, we can't strategize to bring businesses in if we're not keeping and maintaining what we have. So I think that's going to be important.
Right.
If hopefully we have a shot at that.
Yeah, it's about $100,000, so I guess a good work product, I think, and it'll go through the EDC committee and I'm sure we'll get feedback from the planning board as well as the select board. So
good to know.
Yep. Is there any other ones, I guess, to look at?
I know what Rita wants to talk about.
Second page, the green.
So the OSRD, the Open Space Residential Development, we did discuss, because we have a draft that's almost there. There's a few things that I think we're looking for input on. So we actually have contacted Serped to see if they can just help us.
They had already done the original.
So I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen an original from Serpent. The only one that I saw was the one that Mark Resnick had done, and that was the Foxborough version.
Right. No, Nate has, and actually, he sent it to me. That was back when I was town administrator.
Right. But we have a product that has gone through conservation. It's gone through Board of Health. It's gone through Open Space Committee, and at this point, I think there's just a few questions for planning board, because we had talked about including a senior component, and or a SHI component, which would mean if you're going to do OSRD, you have to include 10% senior housing units or 10% of a affordable nature. That way we're not getting pushed further from our SHI. So that was something that we wanted some input or feedback from Serpent to help us potentially look at those, as well as the acreage, because we talked about, I think it was originally 20 or 25 acres, and then we looked at Rocky Woods specifically, which was 200 acres, but then does it make sense to allow even smaller, maybe 5? I don't know what that acreage is, but if we keep it at a cap or like a minimum, is it preventing other areas that might be of quality for preservation purposes? So I think that was another item that we wanted to look at and
Do you
get
want me
some
to have
feedback.
Nate send you the draft we already had?
I don't-
The planning board at the time wanted to wait for a developer to come to us for
Right.
it. But no developer's gonna wait until town meeting to approve it.
Right.
So the
And they
plan-
have 40B too, that they've been able to do up until the town reaches safe harbor too. So why would they, they can get through with that too. But so at this point, I feel like we're good because we've gone through all those other components. I feel like if we were to start with a new draft, we'd have to start,
Okay.
go have conservation review again, have Board of Health. And I think the hope is to bring it to fall. If we
Okay.
can get Serpent to help iron out those last few items.
Was the goal for it to be an overlay across the whole town?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And at least bring it to town meeting.
Yeah.
Let people vote on it if something that people want to have passed or not.
The one time we had senior housing overlaid over the whole town. We've done a few different things that were over the whole town. But those have been removed, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So the other thing, I know on your third page, it talks about, unfortunately, the status, like the red kind of got cut off with the printing, but the in-town housing stock to meet the needs of first-time buyers and senior population. I know that this board had actually talked about looking at a senior overlay in the Lakeville Country Club area as well. So,
Which one?
Page 3, top one, right?
yeah, it's goal 3 and goal 4. Well, because the second, below the economic development, it says in town stock.
Yeah, 3-1,
So-
4-1.
And the interesting thing, I don't know if you guys are aware of the 40Y. One of the governor's package for affordable housing is 40Y.
No, I haven't heard of that.
It's called the starter home.
Mhm.
Starter home. Sorry, I can't quote
So
exactly
the
what starter
Y,
home.
the Y has nothing to do with it, right?
Exactly. Yep. No, it's, so they just, you know, we have 40B, we have 40A, 40, all these, now
40R
it's
and
40Y.
Different
Single
end of the
fa-
alphabet.
single
We're running out of
family.
letters.
So it's
Starter
a
homes?
single family starter homes, but, so planning board reviewed this at our last meeting as well.
Okay.
Kathy had given us the input from the state website, basically what they have out there so far. And it actually defines it as no greater than 1,850 square foot for a starter home.
Yep.
And planning board, you know.
We were always
discussed that,
all
and we-
thinking it was a
we
little
thought
big.
That was a little big, and there are components that actually, similar to 40R, that give the town like a one-time, you get a one-time payment for passing the zone, and then you get a payment based on each of the units that are built. But if you don't have anything built in that zone within 5 years, you now have to pay back the state too. So
How much was that payment?
They're very small.
yeah, I think it was 3,000 per unit.
I believe I've seen 3,000.
Because 40R was 300,000 one-time payment.
It wasn't
then-
specific about that.
I don't remember
Oh.
seeing like the big payment, but I remember
No.
seeing per unit.
Yeah. So
And then
I
we
don't
have
know.
the 40S for all the,
And even that has been, I guess Andrew could speak to that, but it's been less than the town has been expecting.
Yeah, a lot more towns are kind of doing the legwork to get the reporting off. So like it's usually historically just been us and another town. Now there's like 7 or 8 towns, and they've historically only allocated 750,000 across the state. So with more towns, the pocket's smaller. They raised it up to 1.5, but still not enough money to go around.
didn't we get about 300?
About 390.
Yeah.
Last year we got close to 700,000.
Oh,
So-
that did really,
So that was for fiscal 24,
25.
for fiscal 25.
26, it was 394.
So for 26, it's the half, basically half
Yeah,
of what it happened the year before.
yep. So,
Yeah, and the other part of that discussion with 40R that planning board had was, where do you put it? Because you obviously don't want, you know, you don't want to just allow a certain landowner for that specific benefit, you know.
but you have to be a half a mile from the train station.
Is it half of
40,
it?
oh, 40Y.
40Y,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say 40R? I meant. the
Yeah,
40Y.
that's what I thought you
Okay,
meant.
sorry about that. 40Y. Yeah, so that was
is
another.
there any properties that fit that? That could fit that district?
It's, I mean, planning, but we didn't discuss where.
No, yeah.
I think it was
No, we never
more.
really get into that.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't really.
Did they say square footage of the lot size
That was lots. I was just reading.
or just the the,
It was,
Residents.
so they gave the density of 4 units per acre.
Yeah.
so a quarter of an acre?
Yeah.
10,000 square feet and change per each one.
Well, and You know, that 4 per acre could also include your circulation, your roads and such.
Well, so obviously,
You
something
need a
like that,
treatment system.
yeah, you need someplace that probably has water
Yeah.
to make that feasible. And I don't know if it's even worth it to the town with the strain on the schools. Would that money even
We have a lot of room in the
be
schools.
close? I know the room, but I'm talking about the cost. There may be room, but this,
But
every year the cost, you know, goes up regardless of.
maybe you need more teachers, but we don't need more classrooms. We lost about 500 students, I don't know, between Freetown and Lakeville. Our school enrollment is down.
Yeah, well, we'll see when
But
things
the
get-
teaching staff,
Right, they
It's
had to cut,
expensive.
they had to cut, you
Even
know,
then,
teachers
it's
just this
tough
past year, so
Well, the-
even with the student decline, we're not seeing a decline in, you know, the tax burden for that, for sure.
Couples are getting, when they're older.
no, not at all.
I can think of one good spot for it, but it's obviously has the comprehensive permit on it now, is the hospital site.
Oh, yeah, for the 41.
It's big, it's like
Right,
40,
right.
50 acres and it's,
46 acres,
And it's
I
got the
believe.
water,
yeah, it's got the water,
mm-hmm,
it's close to the water stuff.
yeah.
What's the figure I saw, the present cost they estimated to demolish and clean that up? 11 million?
I thought I saw 14
That
to
was-
17.
Oh, wow.
It's
Yeah,
gone up
that was 15 for the hazardous
It's gone up
waste
then, absolutely.
area.
It's the classic line that came from the first year of Earth Day, 1969. How do you throw something out when you run out? Everyone wants to demolish and rebuild. What do you do with all the junk? I mean, I just did it with a house. It's amazing what a house, and not just some minor changes, how much junk it generates. And the biggest thing is getting rid of the junk.
Right. Yeah, I think they have to ship it.
I think it was only $1 million back when Stop
When
Shop
Stop and Shop was in.
was gonna go in there. The cleanup was $1 million.
Yeah, well, that ship has sailed.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in town would have been happier if that had happened, absolutely.
Are they moving forward with the 40B on
Nothing.
it? They're,
I think, Michelle, you saw the latest update
So,
I
and
sent.
I did pass it, just to put it on the planning board agenda for Thursday, we haven't discussed
Okay.
it, but just your email to John O'Leary, as
Mm-hmm.
far as they were, still pursuing funding for cleanup, but it wasn't anything that
Yeah,
sounded,
Are they trying to get funds from the state?
he wasn't specific, it sounded.
It sounds like they're trying to team up with a nonprofit to become eligible, but I don't know who that nonprofit would be.
DEP needs to clean it up.
So,
oh, you think so?
Yeah, DEP
Should, you say?
should have cleaned it up.
Should
Yeah.
have, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Here's a question for you. In this day of financial insecurity resulting from daily activities in Washington DC, any amount of money you talk about coming in to aid a town or a city or a state, how reliable is that income?
not very.
Not too good right now.
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Massachusetts.
I was just gonna, Massachusetts and Maine are not
Yeah,
their favorite.
he's got it out for us. I mean, you see what he's doing to Harvard, and Yale.
And my favorite
Just our
intersection
government.
in Boston, they had a great plan to redo it, pulled all the funds.
Have you heard anything about locally, any funding that
Yeah.
we,
It
Not
all
be
trickles
eligible
down,
for
or
it.
doesn't trickle down, as the case may be.
For a little bit, they were a little nervous about the Route 79 funding,
Oh.
but I
Ooh.
haven't heard any stuff in 6 months about that.
okay,
It seems to be fine. I think any new project that comes on the tip might be like in danger,
okay,
but I can't confirm that either way.
okay.
But they're also doing this so-called recessive voting where, oh, we didn't mean to give you that, we're taking it back.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
after they've done all the planning, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, they did. It was a big one, I think, in Alston that they just clawed back 350
That's the
million.
one I'm talking about. That was my favorite intersection, going to college or grad school out there. And it was a mess then, and it got worse, and they had this $332 million cushion, and that just disappeared.
And
was a lot of money.
For goal 4.1, Rita, you might know this better than me. Is the goal just to like update the different properties that like come up? Because it's always kind of a moving target. What's like a new property to kind of focus on?
43D is the quick zoning, right?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at, I think it's 4.1 or 4.1. It's on page 3.
Oh, because it specifies
Oh.
state hospital and Dewey's.
Yeah.
I think that's just what's stated in the master plan itself,
Okay.
I think, Rita, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, that was all resident feedback as well as Serpent's input, right? So it must have been one of those that generated those two items specifically for redevelopment, right?
4.11? Oh.
Yeah.
Focus.
Yep.
Well, this is before, I think really Rhino was in the picture.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
And we were looking to get businesses in on the hospital site property.
Right.
And Dewey's is still just sitting there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still. As
But
in-
the EDC is been reinvigorated, I
Mhm.
think is the word they used.
Yep. Just met last week.
They did, okay.
Yep.
How often are they plan on meeting? Do you know?
Maybe monthly.
Okay, because Dan is supposed to be our representative, but he couldn't make it to Monday, so Kathy went.
Yep. The next meeting's August 11th. I think it's 6 o'clock we're gonna meet at.
Oh, I think I actually do have that because she had given me that for the agenda, but.
I think we plan on inviting a regional economic development director who might come in and kind of give us some useful tips and stuff. So we'll see how that goes.
That's good.
Yep. I just know there's a lot of properties in town. I wasn't sure if should we target all of them or just target the ones that were in the master plan? I don't know.
Yeah, as in terms of places that aren't open or functioning,
Correct.
and have someone, I mean, there has to be a specialty out there that does something like, what do you do with a closed bank?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the kind
Right.
of, I have a friend who built car dealerships and banks, and they're very specialized buildings.
Yeah.
Well, at least the one thing, we still receive the real estate taxes.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're open or closed,
Right.
like Talbot's when they left.
Mhm.
But it's the employees, especially if they were local residents that will work, because
Of course, the thing with the bank closing is that's next door to the bowling alleys.
Yeah.
And that could make for a larger chunk of property.
Or in the
Makes
same
it-
area.
Makes it more useful that way.
And you know what's in the bowling alley now, right?
No.
The guy who owns Marion Antiques, his wife actually owns that property, and he stores tons of stuff in
That's
there.
good.
Yeah,
Brown furniture that no one wants anymore.
make a big bonfire.
Unfortunately so.
and Harbor One owns the branch in Middleborough. And they
Right.
only.
Oh,
lease-
yeah, I think,
That's
not
where
to interrupt you,
Eastern
but I
will-
think some residents were actually getting vocal to say, let's try to keep the Lakeville branch because that other one is so hard to get out
It's
of.
It's a nightmare, and they're gonna change the name of Harbor back to
Eastern.
Eastern Bank. But again, I bank there too. That's the last place in the world I wanna go to.
And that's like going to Walgreens in
That's
Middleborough.
what they said.
Maybe.
When is
Oh,
this?
yeah.
Instead
I was looking it up.
to-
By Feb.
March 26th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what was the
All
date?
of the,
March
all
of,
of the branches are.
March of, that one, March of 2026.
Okay, so there is
There's only
some-
one in Taunton now?
Yeah, there's the one right there, yeah.
Yeah, they just built it actually in the last couple of years over by Home Depot.
Yeah, that's the last one.
And they have Eastern Insurance, which takes up half the
Half
branch.
the building, yeah.
So I don't know where they'll go, if they'll
And
go
I
to Taunton.
insure with those guys too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, maybe if enough, concerned customers,
Oh, yeah.
make it known. I don't know
We,
how much sway they could have.
yeah, my family, as far as Walgreens was concerned, we all spoke up.
Yeah.
Said, well, we'll go to CVS instead. Again, they probably own the Middleborough store,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
where the Walgreens in Lakeville, I don't know, is it 20 years, 15 years?
Probably about that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Middleborough one definitely got more traffic.
Yep. Is there any other priorities of the planning board?
Yeah, I just,
Well, so, I mean, as you're aware,
No, they are.
the state's throwing different things at us, ADUs being one of them, so that's something that we're trying to work through. There's different things that, you know, have just taken priority rather than sticking to the master plan. Unfortunately, we have consistent site plan review, subdivisions, A&Rs. So we really haven't had much time, and especially without a planner, to really work on developing any of these strategies, unfortunately, especially like we brought ADU to town meeting because we wanted to stay ahead of that because the governor was passing it down, and we knew that it's coming regardless, so we wanted
do we
to
know
be
if there's a lot
prepared.
of activity with people applying for ADUs?
One formal, I think there's a bunch more that are like asking
Yeah.
questions.
So we already have one that we're in the middle of,
Yeah.
that came to us before we even had an application ready. You know, so they used the site plan, the existing one. They didn't want to wait, and so, yeah, so it's been
You've had just
already,
one?
already one.
I'm trying to
Which-
think, I think we're on like number 3 maybe in conservation?
Yeah.
But
For
there was
ADU
one-
or for
but
accessory
ADU.
structure?
ADU.
Huh. Well, I assume after they go to you, then we'll be seeing it.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you know, like I said, we've had to prioritize what we can, as opposed to working through master plan goals.
I had suggested to our chair and to Rita both an email and said, maybe we ought to do a little contact with Middleborough, because their master plan is, I think, just been finished. or
Aren't they
something
just
like that.
starting it?
Just
They're
starting.
just
Just
starting
starting
it.
It
And I'm
is,
wondering-
And they're gonna go with Serped to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And wondering if they can, if anything can be gained, because I imagine that the towns are kind of similar with the same problems.
Mhm. Yeah.
And same land mass, the type of land masses and so forth. And they have their share of vacant properties as we do. But, you know, things, I mean, I'm looking at the old Chinese restaurant down in 18, and that's now a headquarters for a construction company, I believe.
Yeah, it's zoned industrial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which always brings to mind, you know, rezoning things, but then you get into the problem of spot zoning. And
Right.
everyone hates spot zoning.
Well, and the truth is, even looking at the corridor that was outlined from the EDC,
Mm-hmm.
my question was why doesn't it go further down 18, just knowing that there is some industrial and some business down there?
And we've talked, I don't know if you remember, Joe, but to zone all the way down to Star Market as business.
And you're talking on Main Street too.
Right.
Right.
What were you talking
I
about?
was talking about down 18105, like down, because it stopped, so it comes down to 18 and 105 and it goes up Main Street, but it doesn't continue further, like
Mhm.
past.
Because we rezoned Route 18
Yeah,
too,
that's been rezoned.
from, the A-frame, those houses,
Oh.
I think, almost all the way down to Taunton Street. We've looked at different areas.
Well, I'm talking even further, where the sand and gravel and,
Sandy
T.L.
Gravel
Edwards?
is
T.L.,
business already.
That's,
Or
I
is
but
thought-
that's what I
It's
mean, so how come
industrial.
this corridor
Industrial.
stops if there's still little pockets, you know? I guess that was my question.
Well, that's how they did it years
So-
ago. If there, when zoning came into effect, if there was a business, like the old gas station, Frank Cobb's gas station.
Frank Cobb's gas
That, they
station.
zoned that, so it was whatever was
Existing, they left it.
built when zoning went into effect.
And there's a big industrial piece down the south end,
Right.
next to the high school.
Oh, yeah, on that
Yeah.
side
But
too.
that was
Yep.
to stop residential development.
Right, and here we go.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is just more for me, more evidence that we really do need somebody full-time as a planner. We're behind the 8 ball so far. It just feels like constantly playing catch-up, you know, or not getting to be able to play catch-up because we don't have that resource, unfortunately.
I'd be interested to see how much Middleborough budgeted to update their master plan.
They have a lot more money to work with, though. It
Yeah, I think
seems,
we
I mean,
paid
they have higher
60,000.
taxes, a lot higher taxes too.
I think we paid 60 for the 20, and for, well, this 2031.
Mhm.
I think that's how much was allocated.
And I think for our housing production plan, it was like 18 or 20 grand for that.
So I'm sure the
Serpent.
price is a lot more now, 10 years later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a question on page 5, Andrew.
Okay.
The priority protection and priority development that CERT had updated regionally.
Okay.
I had pursue in 2025, but I guess it's all done if we,
Yeah. As of fall of 24.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I
So-
sent you the draft, and it's up on the website.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
so
it's
I'm
up on
gonna
the
change
website.
this to, it was updated.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was, that got
2025.
funding from the rail communities.
Which one is this?
On page 5,
Five
the
dash
second one
right in the
down.
middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
There was funding from the rail communities, and Serpent was able to do it, and we, you know, had
Yeah.
the chance to review it, and
So it's on the website.
I believe it should be, yes.
And the next two ones are, I don't know if you know, Andrew, our historical commission was trying to complete and implement a historic preservation plan, but they've been working on it for a few years.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And same thing for creating a historic district, at least from Sampson Cemetery, the old townhouse, the library, that intersection, at least, because we don't have one historical district.
I think Nancy LaFave has mentioned that they want to work on it. I don't know how they plan on.
They've been working on it for years, but I don't know where they are, so I'll call Nancy.
Yeah, because I mean, the select board also has 20 Serpent hours every year too, so if that's something that Serpent could help with, I wonder.
And they also have technical assistance too,
Yeah.
20 hours plus district, local technical assistance. They still
Yep.
do that?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I was on the committee in Medfield that created an historic district there. I don't remember any real outside assistance for that. We were an appointed board by the selectmen.
Right. Our historical commission is appointed by the select.
Okay. But we were a special separate board that was created to create
Oh.
an historic district and create the rules that would apply to it.
Because you're eligible for grant funding through with your historical
Preserve.
district. And that's why they were pursuing it.
So they gave you a specific charge, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
a consultant that they've been working with, as far
Oh,
as I
they
know.
do. Okay.
And our historic library is not on the register because when they remorted it, they used Portland
use-
cement.
Oh. That's a shame.
So, but the townhouse is on there. And I think the Sampson Cemetery is
They're-
considered historic.
They're working on getting it to that point. That's why,
Yeah.
so CPC has been funding those projects to restore because
good.
they're working to get it on the historic register.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if there's any other planning. On page 7,
Yes,
I think Joan Morton is doing the final edits to the open space.
Yes,
plan.
I saw her today. She did say so planning board had sent some comments. She said she got that done and she'd sent that off to the state, so it was off to the state. That's a huge, good job, Joe, you guys getting that over the line.
Between Joni and me, we got a good hunk of real estate there.
Oh, yeah.
Although the beavers are taking over one of my ponds.
Well, I could think of some things that would be worse.
Yeah.
You rapidly learn what the term busy as a beaver.
And then on page 8, halfway down, about the sidewalks for Ashland.
I even have a circle and a question mark in that one here. Why are those sidewalks so expensive?
Usually the granite curbing.
From the beginning, it just said, this is amazing. You could build a third of a school for what we're doing just the sidewalks. Is the requirements for those?
People like to get the granite curbing because it lasts a long time.
Oh, okay, but
But
sidewalk.
they're not required necessarily. But we're looking into fixing the sidewalks there. We've talked with a few different engineering companies to look at funding that, so that might have an update shortly. And I have a few updates on that page, Rita.
Okay.
So the invitation for bids for the fire station is out. And those are due back August 27th.
So what one is,
The fire station, it'd be the top one.
okay. So what did you say?
The bids are due back on August 27th. And site work is expected in the fall, if all goes well. And the next one down, we hired the 4 ARPA firefighters full-time in 2025.
So this, I had updated it that back in 2020, we had hired 2,
Yep,
and now
4,
in 20,
25. They were originally funded through American Rescue Plan Act money. Now we brought them on to the general operating budget.
okay?
And then the last one is the food pantry. That has been completed and the grand opening is on Friday.
Nice. Well, is that all that you have for us? Should we adjourn, or?
Your board had other,
Anybody on planning board have any questions, comments, anything to
Like-
add?
I guess my concern is you go through this, my math may be wrong, but there's about 7 or 8 projects on here that the town planner takes the lead. I would think that therefore, only to reinforce Michelle's concern that we need a town planner. I mean, how do these projects go forward without a town planner?
And without
And,
putting extra burden on Andrew too, because
Yeah,
the last thing we want to do is lose him.
I'll be
Keep
here.
this man.
well, that's where it always ended up before.
Yeah.
We never had a town planner.
Oh, I know Rita, but I
Yeah.
think he's the new Rita. That's a compliment. And not saying that anybody should, have
Yeah.
to have that full-time.
No, and conservation agent was always
Right.
a priority.
Yeah, and that even said that in here, hire full-time conservation. Now we still just have a part-time. so.
Part-time, 20 hours.
Yeah, there's
And
so
who's-
much going
who's
on.
that?
Mark and Lauren?
Okay, and Bob Bouchard passed away.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
All right, so are you good with planning board?
I think we are.
I think so. Yep.
good job.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Well,
Yeah, finally that we get together.
yeah.
So I'll follow up on things that we said and then I'll update the chart. Get it out to everybody and put it up on the website.
Are you guys gonna keep going, or?
I don't think so.
We're just gonna
Oh,
schedule our
okay.
next meeting.
All right,
Yeah.
well, we'll wait then.
So schedule next meeting. Do we have a date already?
I can't see any reason to meet in August.
Okay.
Do you think in September? Is there anything?
Depends on the date. I'm not planned that far ahead. I'm into October for some car events, but other than that, September would be good.
Rita,
Okay.
if you the next meeting, would you have another committee, department committee, to go through it with them, like the historical committee, like we did with the planning board? I would think we should, I think this is good, we should continue it.
Yeah, well, we had
Planning
done the, historical commission,
Yeah,
we've done the park commission,
yeah.
um,
How about conservation?
Kill two birds with one stone.
park. And Concom,
Sure.
is that one night?
Sure.
Yeah. We agreed that this is the right way to go, I think we should continue it.
Yeah, we did it, everybody, a few years ago.
It might be good for CPC too, at some point.
Well, where the EDC, the Economic Development Committee, is just starting up, I would hold off on that one.
Do we want to meet on September 22nd?
What do you,
It's the third, or fourth Monday, I think. Third Monday.
first day of fall? And you want us, I'll start with the Historic Commission, even if, Nancy LaFave will probably come.
Okay.
What is that date?
Monday, September 22nd?
No one really meets on Mondays in the town anymore. Select board does Tuesdays, so this room will be open.
Right.
So
Oh.
if we have to just pick a different day, I think we'll have the room, so.
Well, now, Selectmen will be up against Concom in case they want to have,
Yes, yeah,
you meet in this room, right?
yes, yeah, yeah. And we're meeting a little earlier than usual, than we used to also.
Did we agree
We meet at 6:30.
September?
Used to be 7.
September 22nd.
Okay.
So is that a hard figure now for September?
Yeah, September 22nd at 6 PM. So Concom, Park Commission, Historic Commission. And the things at the end are pretty much fire and police and highway. And we're not supposed to. Oh, the page 10, investigate updating the town's subdivision rules and regulations to require more bicycle and pedestrian facilities.
So we have the grant and Serpent, we have the kickoff on Thursday with Serpent.
Yep.
So it's funny, there was nothing, we weren't really focusing on sidewalks. I guess that's something we can be sure to add. What we were gonna look at is the difference between a road that wants to be held privately or a road that wants to
Right.
be accepted. So that was what we were hoping to have definitive, rather than having so many waivers always requested by these private roads. But yeah, we can start that and ask about sidewalks, more connectivity to be included in that. I mean, the thing is, our rules and regs already require sidewalks and subdivisions, and that's one of the main waivers that they always try for.
Always.
For both sides, they go for the waiver for one side, right?
For both, yeah. I mean, it's been, like, there's one that I had to put my feet down because I was like, no, we should see sidewalks here because it was a main street, because there was a highway access
Yeah.
on that street, because potentially there could, even though there's no sidewalks there now, like, and that's what their argument is, there's no sidewalks, what's it gonna connect to? So that's the major pushback that we get, obviously.
That one was actually becoming sidewalks. We're gonna.
So that one, we push for it, but especially when you have like a subdivision coming off of like an existing that doesn't have sidewalks.
Right.
We're seeing a lot of pushback for that, so it makes it a lot harder, but definitely something we can look at and try to.
So you're working with
Serpent, yep, we got the funding and Serpent's doing it.
Is it a grant?
Yes,
Is that-
yep, 48,000 we got
Yep.
for a deep dive into those.
Perfect.
And then we're on to item number 5. Again, I'd like to make some connection with Middleborough. I mean, you're opposite number over there, and hey, what's going on, you know? I mean, I imagine if they're smart, they would have downloaded this stuff that we've already worked for. In fact, they can look at it and ask them what they think, right?
How old is their master plan?
It's, I don't know. I don't know the details. I've just been seeing in one of the local newspapers time to time, there, you know, someone, I'm not sure, did you mention that they're really just starting to get into it?
Yes. And the reason we have this committee is because it's the planning board's responsibility to do a master plan
Oh, so you guys
by
decided to,
state law.
so it's
But,
specific to
Without a
Lakeville that
plan.
you have, right?
without a planner,
Yeah.
the selectmen appointed a committee to work on, to take the load off of the planning board.
See, I didn't realize that. Thank you, Rita.
Yes.
Such a wealth of knowledge. Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess without a planner, we have to depend on people to step up, volunteer
Yeah.
their time. Yeah. Which is not always easy. But thanks to good people, that, you know.
Yes. Andrew, you know, or does everybody know this is our new planning board associate month?
Our very first. To be sworn in still, but she is, yeah.
Oh, and that reminds me, we should be receiving notices.
Got them today.
Yeah,
Oh,
come
they're in the
today,
mail
yeah.
today, so before our meeting in September,
Yeah.
everybody needs to get sworn in.
And they make me do the same thing 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I went down today and there were a bunch of us.
Yeah, I didn't want to go right away figuring they'd be, you know, they'd be lined up out the door, yeah.
Well, when I got the email, I panicked because I'm saying, oh, we're not gonna get sworn in before tonight's meeting, but
But
our appointments go the 31st.
Go to the 31st. We're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything else? No? Motion to adjourn, anyone?
You said, you made the motion, I'll second.
Okay. Roll call?
Aye.
Garber, aye.
Chamberlain, aye.
Sukforth, aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Not us,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion and
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Planning board's adjourned.